So now I also changed the pin plate size in the extrusion. Instead of this 10 millimeters, I also will use the same plate, of course, because I have that material on hand. So that's 20 millimeter aluminium. And of course, because I'm not going to 3D print it, I will use a deboss instead of an emboss for this lettering. So original it was he was using an emboss, so it was put on top. But that's of course not go for 3D printing. But if I have to do that all with my little CNC machine, as you can call it, so it will be able to, but you have to run all this material on the whole plate off, and that is of course quite a, I have turned the other ones off so you don't see it. So all the material here has to be removed then of course, and that will be taking a very long time just to leave the lettering on top. So I do a deboss, so it's only going to cut in for the lettering, so that is easier to do for me, and so I change that. And I will, as you can see, Fusion is getting a bit slow. I go to 2 millimeters, and with that I can later fill it up with some ink or something like that, so it will be standing out instead of just being in aluminium. So it will be aluminium with for example, black inks, probably to be able to see it a bit better and in the lettering on the end. It will be pretty hard anyway, probably because I will have to change it on site. So I will have a look there too. So here you see me in the modify parameters, and I added a user parameter I call text size 1. I already had a favorite this one because this is the index plate text point 1/height, which will be 7 millimeters, and it was first in the design was 5 millimeters. So I changed that, and now I will just go to the sketch, and here you see all these text sizes, which are of course 5 millimeters, and I will have to change it all to this parameter. So I will just copy paste the name of this parameter in there, and normally it should be working out. That will be now going to be 7 millimeters like you see here. So of course I will have to change it for all the text heights, but after this action I can later just use a paste Ctrl V. Next time when I want to change this text size, I can just change this user parameter. And I will do this for a few, of course. Why do I double click? I don't know. Simply because I'm trying to record and things like that at the same time. So as you see, I can have to change all this. But now next time when I will change this to a different size, it will automatically change it back or will change to my size I will choose, because now you see there's a value of 7 millimeters in the sketch, which should be going automatically next time when I change it. So you see now that I have changed it all to 7 millimeters, so these are all now parametric. And as you see, I did a deboss already, and this is 7 millimeters deboss. But now the text is just a bit bigger. So, and when I want to change it again, I have to move this window aside, which you don't see. Okay, I can just go to change parameters. And since I put a user parameter here, I can now change it to 8 millimeters, for example. And I don't know if it will be visible. It's calculating, and you see it already here. You see the whole text has changed everywhere. And now you see this all bigger text. And as you see here, it now be maybe a little bit too big. Of course, it will be smaller in the end when I do a resize of the whole thing. But now you see the text coming in pretty clear, close to each other, which may be a bit making it a bit harder to read. So I should change the whole spacing in the text, or because now it's just one getting here. You see it's between 31 and 30. This is of course the whole degrees. It's pretty hard to start reading 10 degrees, of course, 10 degrees difference, as he explains in this video. So this works by combining the 10-degree holes here. So there are all 10 degrees holes, and in the little plate, the other plate, the pin plate, you divide this extra by 10 degrees. So this 10 degrees, this is 0, this 10 degrees, and here are, because of the pin plate, you get extra digits between it, so 9 extra digits. So it goes from 0 to 9 on the plate, and then you put the pin in here, and then so on. So now you have here the 35, which is a bit smaller now still than the other one. So I have to look in that parameter. But this is also getting too tight to be able to use it. So when I modify it back to, for example, 6 millimeters, which is calculating, then it looks much more clearer to what it original should be. I think I've changed a couple of them manual too much. But I have to look into it, these parameters, if I can make it a bit bigger. I also change the inside diameter so they will be close to the holes to have this extra space around them. So as you can see, I have changed the text so that most of them just fit in the size of the profile. So only the whole digits like 20, 25 will be just and big, and without the other ones are a bit deformed because they will fit on the size of the lines, but that's okay. I think they're readable enough. And next is of course this little groove that I make, and I make it bigger because I know I have to resize it later. This is a groove for putting the V-belt in, and of course I put their little fillet on top. So this is the changes on the main plate before I do the resizing. And then of course I could do the same for the pin plate with the whole text, because I already put them on this variable. It will probably work directly. So I go back to the whole design, I go to the pin plate, and as you see, there's no text yet. And he used a lot of faces that he deleted, probably in one go, but of course in the timeline this is a long line. You see he used a pattern and changed its whole numbering, but yeah, you already see the numbering here. This is also the bigger the sizes now, so that changed with it. So this is from 0 degrees to 9 degrees inside this whole numbering. So here you see the whole numbering together. So this is when you put that one, and that's all combined. So because I changed the variable, it will automatically change the size here as well. So if I change the text, want to change the text size again to 7 instead of 8, it will also change in here.
Voor meer video's over 3D printen en de gerelateerde onderwerpen zoals het slijpen, milling, alle CNC en dergelijke, ga naar www.patreon.com/elvinhaak en hier zijn meer van mijn video's te vinden dan op YouTube, minder beperkingen en vaak ook maanden eerder ter beschikking voor de wat langere series. Ook zijn hier diverse gerelateerde downloads beschikbaar die bij de video's horen. Je kan ook kijken op Facebook, 3D Printer Beginners Nederland, Nix Reality wel aan het Octoprint, etc. Dat is een aparte pagina. Mijn homepage is www.elfiets.nl/3dprint, YouTube @el3dprint. En als je deze video's interessant en of leuk vindt, klik je op het duimpje en abonneer je of volg om de hoogte gehouden te worden. Je kan altijd nog vragen stellen via de Facebookpagina of dus aan de onderkant van deze video's. Tot de volgende video.